Now we'll set up the Portacount for fit testing. Open the case and remove the instrument. The first thing you'll do is add alcohol. 1 charge of alcohol runs the Portacount for about 8 hours. Locate the alcohol fill capsule and take it out of the case. Take the alcohol cartridge out of the fill capsule and set it aside on a clean surface. Open a bottle of reagent-grade isopropyl alcohol. Fill the alcohol capsule up to the line. Remember to use only reagent-grade isopropyl alcohol. Other types of alcohol have a high percentage of water and other impurities that could cause problems with the instrument. Recap all alcohol containers promptly to prevent moisture absorption. The storage cap fits both the Portacount unit and the alcohol fill capsule. Now insert the alcohol cartridge into the fill capsule and lock it down. Wait about 2 minutes while alcohol soaks into the wick inside the cartridge. Remove the storage cap from the Portacount and set it aside. Now remove the alcohol cartridge from the fill capsule and insert it into the Portacount. Lock it down by pressing in while turning clockwise. Now that the Portacount has been filled with alcohol, it's time to provide power. The Portacount uses an AC adapter or optional rechargeable batteries. Start the Portacount by pressing the on-off key. The pump starts and a 60-second countdown is displayed. This is the time needed for the internal alcohol heater to warm up. The pump is drawing air through the sample tube whenever the Portacount is turned on, so be careful not to let the end of the sample tube fall onto the floor or anywhere else that large particles or lint could be drawn in. It's a good practice to slip the small zero check filter onto the sample tube whenever the Portacount's running but not fit testing. This keeps foreign matter out. There are 3 daily checks you should perform each day the Portacount is used, or any time you suspect a problem. The successful completion of these tests lets you know the Portacount is in good working condition. Remember that these tests should always be done in the order shown. If you are using Fit Plus for Windows software, the daily checks are automated. The first test is called the AMBIENT particle check. It tells you the Portacount is counting particles successfully and there are enough particles in the area to do fit testing. To perform the daily checks without software, start the Portacount, wait for the 60-second warm-up to end, and put the Portacount into the count mode by pressing the count mode key. Make sure there's nothing attached to the ends of the sampling hoses. The ambient particle count should be over 1,000, preferably well over 1,000. The Portacount will not allow you to do a fit test unless the ambient particle count is above 1,000 particles per cubic centimeter. The second test is called the zero check. Passing this test tells you there are no leaks in the instrument. Locate the zero check filter and attach it to the clear sample tube while the Portacount is still in count mode. The particle count should drop quickly to 0. An occasional reading of 0.6 or 1.2 is acceptable as long as the display reads 0 most of the time. If the unit passed the previous 2 tests, then do a maximum fit factor check. Passing this test tells you that the Portacount is capable of measuring very high fit factors and that the internal switching valve is functioning properly. The maximum fit factor check is really just a quick fit test performed on the small zero check filter instead of a respirator. This simulates a fit test on a respirator with a nearly perfect fit. Perform the check by attaching the zero check filter to the sample tube, if you've not done so already. Put the Portacount into the fit test mode and then start a fit test by pressing the Test Start Stop key. Wait 1 exercise cycle, usually about a minute, and observe the displayed fit factor. You should see a very high number of at least 50,000, usually much higher. A value below 50,000 indicates a problem. Press the Test Start Stop key again to end the test. If the unit does not pass all 3 of the daily checks, refer to the manual or contact TSI if you have questions. Now that you know the Portacount is working properly, it's time to set the testing protocol. Now, if you always use your Portacount with Fit Plus software, you can disregard this step because when the computer software is used, the computer controls the pass-fail level. Setting the pass-fail from the keypad is only necessary when the Portacount is used without the computer. To view the current pass-fail level, press the Fit Factor Pass Level key for a moment and release it. The current level is displayed for a few seconds and then disappears. To change the pass-fail level, press and hold the Fit Factor Pass Level key. The 12 available pass-fail settings scroll past. When the value you want to use is displayed, release the key. That value is retained until you change it again, even if the Portacount is turned off. The proper pass-fail level to use depends on the type of mask you're testing and the regulation you wish to comply with. OSHA requires that the half-mask respirators use a pass-fail level of at least 100, and full-face masks should use at least 500. Many organizations use pass-fail levels that are much higher than the minimum. TSI generally recommends this practice. In addition to setting the fit factor pass level, it's necessary to tell the Portacount how many exercises each person is required to perform. Again, if you always use your Portacount with the software, this step is not necessary. To view the currently set number of exercises, press the number of exercises key for a moment and release it. The current number is displayed for a few seconds and then disappears. To change the number of exercises, press and hold the number of exercises key. The available values scroll past. When the value you want to use is displayed, release the key. The value is retained until you change it again, even if the Portacount is turned off. OSHA requires 8 exercises. If you see the service message appear, it usually means that the Portacount needs alcohol. This is always the first thing to try. There are also other causes, including excess moisture in the wick or dirty internal lenses. If adding alcohol does not eliminate the service message, try changing the wick. Excess moisture inside the wick causes performance problems for the Portacount. To change the wick, remove the alcohol cartridge and pull it apart. Each Portacount comes with 2 spares. You can let the old wick dry thoroughly in a well-ventilated area and use it again. Slide the old wick and screen out and replace them with new ones. If changing the wick does not eliminate the service message, the internal lenses may be dirty. TSI recommends annual factory cleaning and recalibration in order to keep your Portacount in top operating condition. Remember that the service message is not a fatal message. The Portacount may operate for weeks, even months, with the service indicator on. TSI suggests you simply schedule factory servicing as soon as it's convenient. Another message you may see is the low particle message. This can only appear during a fit test, and it means the ambient particle count appears to have fallen below 1,000 particles per cubic centimeter.
True, low ambient particle counts occur rarely, and when they do, it's often because the building you're in has a special ventilation system that can actually filter out small particles. It can also occur naturally in remote areas like the desert, out at sea, or in the Arctic. Heavy rainfall can temporarily reduce ambient particle levels as well.
If necessary, there are several ways to increase the ambient particle count. The simplest method is to light a candle in the room. One ordinary, unscented candle will significantly raise the particle count in an average-sized room. Light the candle about 15 minutes before you start fit testing and leave it burning all the time. Don't put the candle near the Portacount. Keep it in a safe location, off to the side, where it will not be noticed. If your ambient particle count at your location is low and you are not permitted to have an open flame, you should consider using the optional TSI model 8026 particle generator. It produces a low concentration of non-toxic salt particles suitable for fit testing and avoids the open flame concerns of a candle.